What is up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're doing a 1988 Upper Deck. You can see it's licensed from Upper Deck here. Michael Jordan Tribute Reflections, Series 3. You can see originally this box was at $11.99. I ended up getting it for like $30 as of 2021. And I know those collections are, there's a lot of them out there. But some of these cards are actually starting to sell for a pretty decent price. There's a lot of foil on these. You can see it says Michael Jordan's is tribute collection. These special foil enhanced cards feature quotes from writers and broadcasters. And so there's 30 cards in this box. I think there's 50 cards in this set. So ultimately obviously this is series 3. I think that 3 is the last. So there are 2 other sets. Actually, I was able to get so we're gonna break into this. Let's go ahead and break into this. You can see it says Upper Deck on it, so it's factory sealed. It's light, super light. So I don't know if they're gonna come just like one little stack, or I've never opened these, but the state of the business right now is it's all over. So I still like collecting Jordan, LeBron, all the superstars. So I'll still crack these open and have the see it's right in there in the middle. Crack these open, have the experience of looking at these cards, and yeah, you can see there's a lot of foil. So we're gonna do a lot of sleeving of these cards, and I do have some. I was able to get a lot, so I have a lot of other stuff coming in now. Sorry for the lapse in time. I moved, so there was a lot going on, but now I have a few more boxes coming in, so we'll be able to up our game a tad bit more. Still trying to do different stuff. It's like I could do a break every week if I wanted to do the same stuff, which a lot of people do, but this channel is kind of like I'm trying to just do a lot of different stuff. So of course we do the same stuff, but I don't want to do it every week. So these are the 2 old school. Yeah, here are your new one touch, way better. But this is where you had to screw them in. I still have a bunch of cards in these, but hey, I guess for what if they $30? These are $2 a piece. So we're already in the money. So here's your tribute. I've seen a couple of these because they're very high foil, starting to go for like 10 all the way up to I don't know if it's we talk about all the time the manipulation in the market, but there are some of these that are going for like $300. So I was I'm interested in that. I don't know if they're gonna brick or not, but we'll just take them apart as they want to come apart, and then we'll a lot of sleeving. So here's our first one. You see the foil on these. I mean, insert wise, foil like that is insane. And looks like they're coming apart well, which is good. But I mean, foil's so touchy. I think at the top there already. So that's probably why some of these tribute cards are reflections are going for. Starting to get up there in a PSA 10, because I've seen a lot of these, not a lot, I've seen a few in the couple $100 range, which was really interesting to me. So maybe we hit the lottery here. You can see, like I said, that one already got dinged up. So it's, we'll see how they come apart. But this one's MJ 87. Oh, so that would make it 87 cards. I'll have to do a little more research, but has a little bit of info on that. I'm not going to read each one, but I will flip it over. That way we can take a look. So this one came off well. Yeah, that looks great. The last card you saw, those 2, I take them apart as they want to come apart. So here's Jordan shooting a jumper. Cards look sharp. So I'm actually, for how high foil these are, for the price, and for them to be Michael Jordan, I'm all about that. So that's pretty sweet. I have the cards here. I'll try to just take them apart. See, yeah, some of them want to fall apart a certain way, but right there, you can tell the top of this one already took off some of that other card. So I guess there's a little bit of a gamble. I mean, we like the gambling part, but there's a little bit of gambling here as far as trying to get the perfect high foil cards. Ones that will grade a 10. High foil is always really tough grading, because it looks like it's so fantastical. You're like, oh, this card's amazing looking, and it is. I love these cards for me to collect, but you'll turn them in to get graded, and the stories I'm hearing is it's just they're so finicky on yeah, like these will probably do a little something. They're so finicky on the foil because it comes off so easily onto the other cards that it's so finicky that it's hard to get graded well. So, but these cards look great. You'll see some of these pictures in like other ones. Yeah, you can see the top. I mean, it's barely noticeable. So as far as like a collection piece, I mean, these are awesome. I've done a few, I think I've one only, but I've done a few collection boxes past year since I got back into it. And I mean, as far as getting a whole bunch of Michael Jordan cards that if you're a collector that look like this, I mean, these look awesome. So I'm really happy. This one underneath over here I want to look at. See, like I love this one with the gold. Shooting the jumper. Like that one's sick. So I'll see if we can little touch together. They want to fall apart. They're just high, like I said, they're foil with some gloss on the back. But yeah, see, like this one looks tight. So I'm pretty pumped on this set. Sets aren't always the funnest to look at. I'm gonna put up the prices I can that I can find, and I'm take it with a grain of salt, like I always say. The market has its own mindset. Like this one, I saw this one online sell for like $200 or something, and I was like, it was a PSA 10, of course, and PSA now, it's a gamble. It's like an extra gamble because it's like they're so backed up that everyone's going to these other graders, and it's like if you get BGS 10, this will be like, let's just say this was, $500 card at a PSA 10. With a BGS 10, it looks like they're dropping like, almost 20%, so it'd be like $300, a little over that. And then obviously lower and lower and lower. But if they're charging you $75 a card, and the only way that you can get your cards now is expedited, so it's just some absorbent amount of money. It's really hard to want to make the gamble to get these graded. And I don't know if it's ever going to go down, but if you can snag some great cards like this, in my mind, even if you don't get them graded right away, and you hang on to them in good shape, and then once in a while you throw one into your little grading piece, then if you get a couple that come back a 10 out of the whole box, and if I get one card that got graded well that came back that I could get $100 for out of all these MJs, then these like awesome foil, for $30, it's a steal. And for $30 to get this many high foil MJ cards, it's pretty sick in my mind. So, I love the look of these cards. What's that on the back? Oh, that's the lights. It's actually supposed to be like that. But like I said, if you want to, I think I already broke my promise. I didn't flip over every single one. But if you want to, I'm so focused on getting them apart as best as I can. But if you want to pause the video, take a read, so you don't have to buy these. If you can get them, get them. I think they look great for an MJ collection set. And sometimes when I'm buying cards right now, especially basketball, especially like I kind of like to do like some of the old school stuff. Oh, that's a sick one too. It is price driven. So like, if I see a really awesome MJ box or like some packs that price wise makes sense to me, like this one for $30, where I'm like, well, I love collecting Jordan, so for me personally, it's worth it in the sense that I'm like, oh, I can get $1 a card for these could be perfect cards. I get to open them myself. It's worth it to me. And then if they end up, if they become valuable and I can make some money on it, great. So for $30 for me, I was like, well, there is an investment possibility as far as what you could get. I think that one, oh, that's nothing. That's just paper. All those factors make sense for me. So then I'll pick up the box, and then I'll look up. Sometimes I'll look up after the fact, like what the possible dollar return can be if it's graded well. And this one I was kind of surprised. Like I said, I was kind of surprised on how I saw a few of them going for, I guess any Jordan in a PSA 10 or Kobe or LeBron, any one of the, the game's so out of control right now. I guess anyone especially a PSA 10 right now, that's going to be worth some money. So, eventually, I was planning on doing some big drops on the PSA submissions. Ooh, yeah, this one's sick. But you know, they've gotten so pricey that I'm like, you know, I'm still planning on doing that. But you know, I have my own little, like, how much I'm willing to spend on this channel month to month. So it might seem like I'm slowing down, which I mean I definitely am, but obviously you're out there with me. Like it's not cheap. But like I said, I do have some cool stuff coming in, and I'm okay. Like, look, if like there was a box that used to be $400 that is still like, so you'll see boxes that were 20 going for 100. But if there's a box that has like a really high end possible insert, and was $400 and maybe it's going for like 500, or it's going for like 450, or it's around what it was, then that I can actually wrap my brain around. Like, but buying something where it's, you know, something that was, you know, even $50, you know, and that was, you know, you're like, sure, I just get to open the box, collect the cards for like 300. I'm like, no way. So I am still planning on doing at least a break a month. I guess we can redistribute since we got these new ones coming down, if not more. And I'm assuming that they're going to end up being, you know, anything I haven't done that I can get at a good price. And I am actually upping what I'm willing to pay for boxes I haven't done, because I just want to do them on the channel. But then also some boxes that are twice as expensive. So like I won't spend $100 on a box that I feel should be still like $50-$60, but I will spend like $400 on a box that used to be $400. I don't know if that makes sense, because I'm like, well, that's where that to me, yeah, this one's, I mean, these cards are sick. That to me is worth it. So yeah, so we'll, like I said, we'll still do one a month, if not more. Maybe I'll come up on a box lot. I still have to go through my collection on the channel. And then along with it, we're going to do some pretty cool boxes. I mean, the ones that are getting into the thousands of dollars range, like, you know, also, especially with these older boxes, there's like a really, really hard gamble with like the bricking. So that if I knew they wouldn't brick, then honestly I would probably be okay with spending a little more here and there. But because you're gambling on getting the card at all, and then you're also gambling on getting it in good shape out of the box, having it not bricked, etc. Like if there was like if someone sold me a box for $1,000 that I really wanted some of the cards in there, and it was still the gamble of getting the card, but they said, look, if they brick, I will give you a full refund, then yeah, I would definitely take that chance, because I don't mind not hitting my cards. I mean, I do, but it's the bricking that really makes, even if you hit your card and it's all chewed up, I mean, you're not getting your money back. So I don't know who's buying these boxes for, that one's nice too. So I don't know who's buying these boxes for these prices, these 90s boxes, and then willing to risk maybe getting the card, and then also the condition out of these boxes. These are tighter, so here we go. Good for them, but I'm not there. Like, I would much rather just start buying, which I'll do. I think that's a good thing to add to the channel, is like, I'd rather just start buying one-off cards, you know, that are graded like an 8, or just raw that I like, and doing like a mail time opening that people do. Like, I'd rather do that than spend $1,000 and then sit here and have brick cards, because that is just, there's no way I could live with myself if that was the case. So this back half's a little, exactly what we're talking about, a little stickier. You can see like the foil makes it that it looks like it's okay, but you can see it's getting a little chewed up on the corners. But as far as a personal collection, you know, they're barely touched together, and they're 1998 upper deck, and they're high foil. So let's do another little readjust here. I got a new camera coming in too, so I can zoom out more, you know, do some of that fun stuff. But it's been an iPhone game for a while, which have been great, to be honest, but I think I'm gonna just get like a whole setup here. All right, so here's another one. You know, these collection videos are more like my thoughts on the hobby while looking at these cards and seeing what you can get. And then, like I said, I'll try to put up pricing to make it more interesting as well while we're looking at these. But for me, I mean, I just added 30 pretty badass Jordans to my collection. And I mean, when you can do 30 Jordans at a time and they're all like high foil, because people will sell like, you know, 1990 hoops and 1991 skybox, and there'll be like a lot of 7 Jordans, but it's like, yeah, they're all damaged and they're all like the junk wax era, overproduced section. So it's like, are you really getting a lot? Like you are, but they're basically charging you, you know, 20, 30 bucks for one card. And then there's a bunch of like filler cards that they can't sell. So this way, at least I get to experience a little bit of an opening myself. I can add 30 Jordans, like, you know, one pop. And I think that brings my Jordan collection over 750-ish now. So that's cool. So, like I said, hopefully when I put up this video, I'll put up those pricing, and I'm, you know, like I said, take it with a grain of salt, those prices, because, you know, people like to drive box sales by buying cards from themselves and then, you know, having friends do it and reimbursing them. But these cards are sick. I'm so my already my score on this box is like, as far as a collection box of Jordan or any other of these superstars that you can get, this is one of the highest. I mean, I'll call it a 10 because we don't really have a lot of metrics as far as like other boxes. But like I did another Jordan box break on here, collection. You can watch that here if you like. And it was cool for me, but I would say that this box of Jordans is way cooler. All right, and these are our last two. I wish there was like oh yeah, that one's sick too. I mean, they're all sick. I mean, you can see Jordan, they're action shots. You'll see them in other ones, but I wish there was like one really crazy hard insert to get in here, even though these all look that way. But you don't really know, what you're getting as far as box to box. I mean, I guess you do, but, you know, there are 3 series of this, so I wasn't sure what I was getting in this video as far as series 3. But I have to say that I'm really impressed. Probably one of my favorites is this one. I like the gold contrast on it. And then, like I said, on my quick glance, this one seemed to be selling for something. So, you know, I think that I've made a return on my investment, $30. I got 30 Jordans, high foil, in pretty nice shape. I would say that at least a couple of them seem like they could be PSA 10 candidates. But thanks for being here. We're going to bring you a lot more content, a lot more basketball. I have a ton of baseball I have to get through, so if you see that come up on the channel and you're one of my basketball heads, just don't worry. Like, basketball's my main, my stuff. But when I was first starting out, I bought so much of just random stuff that I have so much baseball that I'm like, I'm going to have old school, that I'm going to have to start ripping through it. So just bear with me on that. But thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next break. Bye-bye.